Virgo, hello, welcome back to the channel and welcome to your August 2022 general reading. We're just going to do an update, see what energies are coming in for you, will be around you, all of that good stuff. I'm just pre-shuffling the cards, and then we're going to do our singing bowl. We'll give them another shuffle while calling on spirit, and then we will jump into the reading. So, if you would like to use the singing bowl time to call any specific guides, deities, archangels, any beings of light that you would like to be present for this reading, please feel free to do so now. The more, the merrier. I think that is it. I mean, any and all information that you could possibly need is in the description box below. Personal readings are open. Email is the best way to do it right now, or Instagram. Because my website, I just haven't put a ton of effort into it, and I'm planning on it soon because I'm doing a lot of events these next few weeks, and I want to make sure my website is up and running for people. So yeah, turn this way. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right. Okay. Let's get into it. Spirit, speak to me and through me to the Virgo collective. What messages do we have for them for August? What do they need to know? Most accurate and relevant messages for them during August of 2022. Seven of Wands. Is that seven? Yes, Seven of Wands. Okay, so when I was doing the pre-shuffle, the Seven of Cups was on the bottom, and then I shuffled again, and the Seven of Pentacles was on the bottom, and now we have the Seven of Wands. So you could be seeing a lot of sevens, 777, repeating. This is an indicator that there is a jackpot, a winning, a large sum of money coming your way. When you think of like casinos and lotteries and whatever, sevens are very significant, and it means like the jackpot, right? So you're in the frequency of money coming to you, money flowing to you. You could find yourself, though, having to defend a stance, defend decisions that you've made, defend something. It really feels like your decisions around maybe a job, around parenting, around just anything in general, overall feeling, overall energy. The Fool, starting something new, taking a leap of faith, knowing that the universe has your back and that you will be supported in everything that you do, and moving accordingly. But with this Seven of Wands here, this is just a very kind of combative, very defensive, having to go to bat for the things that you care about, for the things that you love. This could be being really defensive of like a child, having like overwhelming mama bear energy. If you are a parent, this is just not backing down. And this could be a little bit out of character for you. If you are typically more on the passive side, you're finding yourself way more combative and way more willing to push back, more so than maybe you usually are. What is crossing you, presenting as a challenge at this time? The Three of Cups. This to me is saying you don't feel supported. You don't feel like you have, maybe you have this core group of people. It could be family members, siblings, friends, close friends, cousins, whatever it is. You could have this core group. I'm seeing 3. So 3 siblings, a child and 2 parents. There's some sort of dynamic with 3. But you're not feeling very supported or celebrated. You don't feel like you can go to these people with your accomplishments, with your triumphs, because you're worried that they might not celebrate you, or maybe they've demonstrated that to you in the past, that they are not willing or able to celebrate you at this time. Maybe they're being a little bit more reclusive, a little bit more focused on themselves. So you're feeling more detached than you usually would, or than you would like. But you really could be feeling, can't put that there, kind of unsupported, maybe even unloved. Recent past. You have the 10 of Wands here. A cycle has ended. Something has come to a close. It's not, it's something that you've worked really, really hard for. You've kind of had to push the boulder uphill pretty much the whole way. It's been a very difficult kind of road. Could feel very lonely, feeling like you don't have anyone to kind of help carry the load, carry the burden. It would have been helpful for you if someone else would have stepped in, or if you were able to delegate, maybe even ask for help. Maybe that is something that is on you, that you just simply didn't ask for help because you didn't feel like you could, because people have demonstrated in the past that they're not willing to. Whatever the reason, feels like you were carrying very heavy load by yourself, but it is something that has now kind of cycled out, it is closed out, it's been completed, it's been accomplished. Whatever it is, that cycle is closed, and you're moving into a new phase, which this energy is not great. I mean, August might be a little bit rough for you guys. It could be a little bit choppy for you. I'll just say that. The 5 of Swords is all about kind of self-deprecating action, self-destruction, pulling yourself apart, putting yourself down, talking to the internal dialogue. I feel like is not the greatest, and it's not going to be the greatest coming up. There's a blue jay that just, can you hear it? Is that him? He just sat right, oh, that's not even him, that he just sat right in front of my window though. Blue jays could be significant for you for whatever reason. Birds in general could be a sign for you. So if that is, take it if it resonates. Might be for a few of you. This 5 of Swords though, I would say check your internal dialogue. Check how you speak to yourself, how you talk about yourself, about your achievements. Don't downplay things that you feel like are accomplishments. Just because nobody's willing to celebrate them with you or acknowledge them, that doesn't mean you can't. That doesn't mean that it's less than, that you have to internalize that and take that on as I'm not worthy, I'm not whatever. This could also be kind of backsliding into bad habits that could self-sabotage. Again, it could be spending habits, it could be thought patterns, it could just literally be your daily habits. Could be getting a little bit self-destructive, maybe drinking a little bit more than you would like, depending on substances a little bit more than you would like. Anything like that could be an issue in the near future, so keep an eye out for that. And maybe even before you get there, try to mitigate the negative self-talk. There he is. That's the blue jay. Blue jay. Blue jays are the big ones, right? This thing is huge. Anyway, okay. In your mind space right now, your goal for yourself, you have the 9 of Cups. This is ultimate happiness, wishes coming true, wishes being granted. Your cups runneth over, very emotionally full. That's what you want. You want peace. You want contentment. You want harmony and joy and bliss and all of these things. And you want your wishes to come true, especially when it comes to emotional support and fulfillment. I feel like you could be lacking a little bit in the feeling content department. I almost said compartment. Department. You could just feel like your life is a little bit lackluster, or it lacks that thing that makes you feel 100% completely whole. So that is your goal, is to achieve that level of wholeness and contentment and love. What is in your subconscious, though? Not great. There is something that needs to crumble. There is something that needs to fall to pieces so you can rebuild, so you can achieve this. It's likely a relationship, something that you've kind of put a lot of effort into, because tower moments are pretty significant events. It's something like losing a home, losing a spouse, a vehicle, anything like that feels really chaotic, unexpected, and like it's just going to turn your life completely upside down. The good news about towers is that it only removes the non-essential. What was already faulty to begin with was going to fall apart eventually. So the sooner the better. Your subconscious knows this. It knows that something needs to come crumbling down for you to achieve this. So if you could maybe keep a dream journal, really pay attention to your subconscious, where your subconscious kind of goes. Maybe drop yourself in a meditation and just sit in stillness and kind of be aware of what's going on in your subconscious, what's in there, what's around. Maybe even drop yourself in a meditation and ask the universe, please pinpoint what needs to come to an end so I can receive my ultimate fulfillment, so I can be on the path for my highest good, my ultimate good, my most favorite version of myself. Pinpoint, shine a light on what needs to be removed for me. Instead of guessing or assuming, it's always best to just ask. And because this is general, it doesn't really, I'm not going to get any clarification or anything, so it's best if you just drop yourself in a meditation or do stream of consciousness, journaling, any sort of checking in with yourself and with spirit would do you a lot of good right now. King of Swords as your advice from spirit. Use more logic than heart right now. Be more discerning with where you put your time, energy, and effort is what I'm getting from this. You need to very much think things through, be very analytical, and process things maybe differently than you're used to. You guys are very practical people, but not necessarily like analytical. This is telling me that you need to be very clear with your words and your communication as well. Don't mix words, don't mix signals. If you happen to do this work and identify this thing that needs to come to an end before it's a tower moment so you can grow, be very clear about it and be very direct and unforgiving when you do cut it out, because if you're wishy-washy, if you're back and forth, if you're unsure, it's just going to create more chaos, more confusion, and get you further off track is what I'm getting. So be very clear and concise, and when you make a decision, stick to it. Stick to your guns. External energy around you, the devil. There's lots of toxic behaviors, lots of excessive drinking, lots of excessive gambling, doing things in excess. That could be anything: food, partying, drugs, any and all of it. You could just be noticing, whether it's the people directly in your life or that you see kind of from a distance, social media, hearing about it in the workplace, whatever. There's a lot of toxic and kind of confining energy. People feeling like they're chained to these bad habits, these addictions, these negative toxic behaviors. This could also be an addiction to work. You could be seeing people just plugging away this toxic work idea and telling people that, kind of like that Kim Kardashian thing that went viral and everyone kind of ripped her apart. Like, no one wants to work anymore. Like, just get up and work. That mentality of just we have to work, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. If you're not working, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Our productivity is directly equated to our worth, and that is just completely wrong. But you could be seeing a lot of that in the world around you right now. Pull back from that as much as you can and tap into the good aspects of the devil, which is Capricorn energy. There are a lot of good aspects of Capricorn. They're very hard workers. They're very dedicated. They see things through. Excuse me. So if you're finding yourself a little unfocused when it comes to work, maybe you do tap into this Capricorn energy, but don't allow all of the toxicity to seep into you. Excuse me. Hopes and fears. You have the World. This, to me, is just, it's kind of a reiteration of this. You want to feel content. You want to feel complete. You want to feel like you have the entire world at your fingertips. It is within your access. It is within your ability to explore the world, travel the world. I feel like that's really your hope, is that you can travel. I'm getting, again, lots of travel for you guys. I know in a few other readings we've gotten like very specific travel energy, and this is it again. It's still your hope. You want to see the world. You want to experience it, whether it's by yourself. What I feel like for you, it's like with a partner, just anyone that you feel a really deep, loving connection with. I feel like you want to experience this part of the world, seeing new things, trying new things, just going lots of places is what I see as your hope and your fear. Excuse me. The outcome. Excuse me again. Jeez Louise. 3 of Swords. This is not my favorite energy, but the good news is anything can be worked through. Anything can be healed from. I mean, not anything. There are some losses that you will probably never heal from. This doesn't feel like one of those. This, to me, feels like a friendship betrayal, and it could stem from this 3 of Cups in the challenge position. You don't feel like you have a ton of support right now, and this could lead you to a really heartbreaking either revelation or truth. You could be receiving a truth about somebody. Maybe they are not who you thought they were, or something could have happened to them where they pass on and you are completely heartbroken. This is more like betrayal and kind of stabbing you in the back feelings, more than grief of someone passing. So that's more likely that someone did something to betray you, to break your trust, and it just feels really heartbreaking. So the end of August could be rough. You could come to a lot of realizations about somebody, or maybe it's just that your lives are going in different directions and you're not as close as you used to be, and that is kind of heartbreaking for you. You could miss them terribly. You could want to reconnect with them, but know that it's not in the best interest. Maybe that's what this Tower is. There is a relationship. I feel like it's with a family member that could be very toxic. It could be very draining. It could be with a Capricorn. Ew, I just spit. A Capricorn person that maybe needs to shift and to change. I'm not saying cut them off completely. I'm not saying to be no contact. What I am saying is that I feel like the energy will be shifting, and I feel like it is for your best interest and to keep you moving forward towards your goals, towards what you want, versus keeping you stuck and keeping you stagnant and kind of keeping you small. I feel like there's a lot more for you to do and explore, and if you keep entertaining and keeping certain people in your life when they need to have less access to you, it could be detrimental to your growth. Okay. let's do our oracle cards now. So we're going to do spirit animal card for you, and then the Seasons of the Witch, Beltane. All right. What else do we have for Virgo, please, Spirit? What other messages do we have for Virgo at this time? Camel. Oh, I love that little blue moon in the background. It's so cute. Okay. And one from the Seasons of the Witch. Morning Dew. Card number 26. Oh, cute. Hey! Your birthdays could be August 26th. Alright. Let's start with our camel card. This is what? Earth energy. Resourceful, independent, knows one's self. The camel can handle absolutely anything, as it carries a wealth of nourishment within. This wondrous creature is self-reliant and handles challenges with ease. Even in the face of excess heat, judgment, or anger, the camel searches inside for a cool elixir of water to calm the situation. The camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance, fire and water, and being responsible for one's own reaction. The camel is a wonderful traveler and is especially fond of trips to faraway lands. When in balance, calm, content, sparkle in eye. When out of balance, dehydrated, lacks vitality. To bring into balance, a pilgrimage. Interesting. And I know that word, specific pilgrimage, that might not be on the table for everybody. I would say an adventure would help bring you back into balance. Even just a quick little trip, just to travel outside of your norm, just to kind of break up. Although I see lots of travel for you, like on a regular basis. So this is not like going somewhere else is not going to be like life-changing or anything for you. It's going to be kind of normal, like another week. But I do feel like, okay, maybe pilgrimage is the right word then. Maybe you need some sort of like life-changing journey to bring you back to yourself and where you can kind of find contentment, because that's kind of been the overall feeling that I've been getting, is that your goal is to feel content and to feel whole. So that, to me, if that's your goal, means that you don't have it currently. So that could aid you in getting you there. All right, morning dew, stillness. Take a pause, dear one, for right now is not the time for action. There is plenty moving around you that is causing you to feel unrooted and lacking in direction. When this happens, it is because you are still in the transition stage. There is often a desire to skip past the dark, murky parts of the journey, but there is value in the moments when nothing seems clear. There is more to learn, embrace, or consider before making any future plans. Attempting to force any changes now will only result in more frustration, and perhaps you may end up going backwards. You will know when the time is right to move ahead, because clarity and sureness will return to you. Rather than focusing on the future, turn your gaze to what is immediately in front of you. Now is a good time to detox either in your home or other areas of your life. Wow. Clearing out whatever is no longer useful to you will stimulate additional shifts to make room for what is yet to come. Which I think that is always a great idea, to purge out what's taking up space for no reason, to make more space. You can't receive when your hands are full, especially when your hands are full of shit that you don't even use anymore, right? So purge that and go forth with vigor and lust for life. Alright guys, I love you all so very much. Happy birthday to those of you who celebrate the end of August, and I will see you in September. Bye!